Hi everyone! Welcome to the Artist Spotlight for August 2020. We have a super exciting show for you guys, which we're going to talk about with Tamara today. And if you're watching this as a replay later on IGTV or on YouTube, welcome and thanks for catching up, and make sure you stay till the end so you can find out about some cool surprises we have for you if you join our show and order a ticket. So here's my co-host Iga. Welcome, Iga.
Hi everybody.
This is Iga. She's from Poland as well. And if you watched the last month with Gabe, she co-hosted with me and spoke with Gabe in Portuguese, but we just had so much fun doing it that we thought, why not make it a tradition?
I got hired.
She got hired to co-host. So yeah, hope you guys are well. And Tamara, if you are in the live, I think you are, you can send me the request to join. Maybe I can invite her. Let me see. Boom. I'm just still waiting for Tamara. Oh, there she comes. Hello!
Hello!
Hi!
Hi!
How are you doing?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Perfect. Hi. Good morning.
Okay, so Tamara is in Miami right now, right?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So yeah, we're just going to talk a little bit about our show that we created this month on Patreon, which you guys can watch. It premieres at 11, so in an hour. And if you want to sign up to see it, the tickets are $5. And there's some really cool things that you get additionally to the show if you sign up. So we'll talk about it towards the end, so make sure you stay till the end of the live. And yes.
Yay, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Alek, for bringing me on this amazing project. I love to be a part of it, so thank you so much.
Yay, thanks for doing it. It's you know, we do this monthly, but every show obviously is very different because it's with a different guest artist every month. And also this one was different because we did it, I don't want to reveal too much about it, but we did it during our road trip. So for everyone who's watching, Tamara came to visit me in LA for her birthday, which was recently. So happy birthday again.
Thank you.
And we did this whole road trip through the Pacific Coast Highway from LA to San Francisco. So we shot the show. The show is in the form of video. We shot it in different places along the way. So it's kind of like in this performance where we're going to take you on this journey through California as well.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I see a lot of my people from Argentina joining the live. Thank you so much for being there. Gracias, Ro. Gracias, Nico. Thank you for watching.
Right. Do you want to, since there's a bit of people, do you want to talk to her in
So, hola.
Hola.
Ya me salió también, y la última vez que hicimos este video hablé en portugués con otro amigo de Brasil y
Wow.
quería hablar un poquito en español contigo, ¿ok? Solo porque
¡Qué linda!
Solo porque también hay muchas personas de Brasil viendo nuestro programa, aquí no programa, pero nuestra entrevista, entonces tal vez ellos también querían saber algo de ti, de tu historia, cómo comenzaste a bailar y a dónde te llevó esta
Claro. También hablo portugués, así que lo puedo decir en español o en portugués.
Como
no sé qué sea mejor.
Pienso que puede ser en español porque también
¿Sí?
las personas que te conocen pueden comprender mejor. Y todas las personas de Argentina que dicen yo, entonces yo.
Exactly. Wait, before I start, I just wanted to tell Alec, look, I tried to do the same, so I have my picture here too.
Oh. Amazing. Look at that poster. I love that.
I wanted to do the same as you.
I love it. Yeah.
Nico! Oh, Nico says he also understands Portuguese. Bueno, lo digo en español, entonces I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my story.
And then we
Bueno,
do the same in English later, of course. So if someone doesn't understand, don't worry. We'll
Perfect. Okay, we'll do like a Spanglish then.
Yes.
Sí, empecé a bailar cuando tenía 7 años. Empecé con ballet y jazz y hacía un poco de axé, que es un ritmo brasilero. Entonces fue como la primera escuela a la que me llevaron y empecé a bailar ahí. Después me cambié a una escuela más grande porque mis padres vieron que me gustaba mucho y empecé a bailar contemporáneo. Y entonces seguí siempre con ballet, jazz, contemporáneo. Y ya después, a los 13 años, audicioné para un ballet en mi ciudad, que era un ballet más profesional.
¿Cuál es tu ciudad?
En no lo dije. Misiones, bueno, sí, las ciudades Posadas en la provincia de Misiones, en el norte de Argentina. So yeah, I'm from Posadas, Misiones, in the north of Argentina. And I started dancing when I was 7 years old. I started with ballet, jazz, and some Brazilian rhythms. And when my parents saw that I really liked to dance, they sent me to like a bigger school, and then I started learning contemporary as well. And then I auditioned when I was 13 for a professional ballet company, and I started dancing there. That was still in my hometown. And I stayed there until I was 17. And I auditioned for a scholarship in Buenos Aires, which is the capital city of Argentina. So audicioné a los 17 años para una carrera de comedia musical en Buenos Aires, que es la capital de Argentina, y decidí mudarme allí, decidí empezar a seguir ese sueño. La verdad que sí, yo nunca había pensado que yo podía vivir del baile. Yo pensaba que eso era algo que yo amaba, pero que no lo podía hacer. Y quería estudiar para ser abogada y escribana. Pero cuando en el medio pasaron muchas cosas, me gané otras becas y otras cosas que me hicieron dar cuenta que yo estaba en el camino correcto y que esto podía ser mi carrera. So yeah, I was gonna go to law school. That was my plan. And in the middle, like while I was dancing and still in school, because I was such a nerd, I always had like the best score in class and all that. Like todas mis notas siempre eran 9, 10. Like yo era muy estudiosa. Entonces yo pensaba que yo sí o sí tenía que estudiar una carrera tradicional. So I thought I had to study a traditional career because that's what I had in my mind. And to be honest, and you guys can laugh about this, when I watched Legally Blonde, I was like, that's it. I want to be a lawyer because I want to be as fierce as her.
That's amazing.
So I always thought that was going to be my career. But then I won a few scholarships in the middle and stuff. And I started to find this deep love for musical theater, and like I realized, I don't want to be like just a ballet dancer, because I know I'm not tall. I know my body, it's not the typical stereotype to be a ballet dancer. You know, I was born with flat feet and all that, so I had everything against me, and I just didn't love it as much as I loved the jazz, the feathers, the show, you know. So like I wanted to pursue that more, and once someone introduced me to musical theater, I fell in love with it, and then I got all these scholarships in the middle, and then I realized, hey, maybe I can do this for a living. Maybe this could be my life. So then I won the scholarship to study the career of 4 years in Buenos Aires for musical theater, and I decided to move. And yeah, I lived there for 6 years because I also went to university for the choreography career. But I ended up leaving that because, of course, life takes you to a job and another. I ended up getting a job to dance in Mexico. So I finished my musical theater career, but I didn't finish the university properly talking, So I moved there. Me mudé a México después de 6 años de vivir en Buenos Aires. Terminé mi carrera de comedia musical en la escuela de Julio Boca. I don't know if you guys heard about Julio Boca. He's a very famous ballet dancer, and he's from Argentina, but he was dancing all around the world, like with the best ballet companies. So my scholarship was in his school in Argentina for musical theater. So después que terminé esa carrera, me estudié un poquito más en el UNA, que es la universidad donde estudié para ser coreógrafa. No terminé la carrera porque me salió un trabajo en México. Me mudé para allá, estuve 1 año y medio en México y hice musicales, comerciales, televisión, tours, todo. In Mexico, I did tours, commercials, theater, acting, everything for 1.5 years. And then, it's a very long story, but I'll try to make it short. While living in Mexico, I went back to Argentina to visit my family. We were having lunch, watching the news, normal, and I saw on the news that said, oh, the Miami Dolphins are going to Latin America looking for Latin girls to be part of the team and blah, blah. And I was like, what is that? Why is this on the news? That never happens. That they never say about an audition on the news, So, look, I'll say it in Spanish. Cuando fui viviendo en México, fui a visitar a mi familia en Argentina y estábamos mirando las noticias cuando estábamos comiendo el almuerzo y veo que en un canal de televisión de Argentina muestran en las noticias las audiciones de los Miami Dolphins, que iban a buscar chicas latinas para formar parte de su equipo. Desafortunadamente las audiciones de Argentina iban a ser un mes después de que yo regresaba a México, entonces no las pude hacer ahí, pero dije, si acaso lo hago en México, y eso fue lo que pasó. So yeah, I thought, oh, I can't make it to the auditions in Argentina because my ticket to go back to Mexico is now. But they happen to have auditions in Mexico as well. So I was like, you know what? If I want to go, I'll just go in Mexico. So I went to the auditions. It was 2 days auditioning, many rounds. They ended up picking 4 finalists from Mexico, and then like 5 from Brazil, 5 from Argentina, 5 from Colombia, so like everywhere. They flew all of us to Miami for the final audition. It was like a week. So I got here, not knowing English. I had no idea about NFL. I didn't know anything. I was like, okay, they told me I have to dance. That's all I knew.
Because it's like the football, like American football is only in America, and like if you're not from the States, you've probably never seen it, or like you don't really know the rules.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
No, I had no idea. All I knew was that they have a football and they play on a field, and that's it. Like I had no idea. And yeah, so they flew me here. We had a whole week training because the auditions for them is like a show. So people get tickets, they go and see it, like it's a whole thing. So we ended up being like almost like 100 girls between the Latinas and the Americans. So we did the show, everything. They picked 41 girls, I'll never forget, 41, to go to training camp. So then they sent me back to Mexico for a week, and they were like, you have 1 week to pack all your stuff and come back here with the possibility of getting the job, but you are not safe yet. So I was like, okay, I quit my list, everything, packed everything, came here, started training for like almost 3 months. And after those 3 months, I think they cut 5 girls, so we ended up being 36. And they were like, okay, this is a team, you guys made it. After 3 months, we were like, oh my God. So it was very exhausting, but they were the biggest blessing to me because I never thought that it was going to be possible to live in America, like as foreigners, we see that very, very far, you never think that that's going to happen. And yeah, life took me here. I thought that I was going to stay here for just 9 months and then coming back to Mexico. And then they offered me for a second season and I became a co-captain, and then for a third season I ended up being a captain. So it was like a surprise all the time. They gave me English classes, a visa, a contract, housing, it was honestly an amazing blessing, and I learned so much from it. I'm a football fan now. So
Awesome.
now I know.
Wow.
So yeah, it was amazing.
Okay, and you since then finished working with them, and now you're just like a freelance dancer, right?
Yes, exactly. So after that, I decided, oh, Kevin, hi, Kevin. Kevin is actually this is super fun. I met Kevin in Guantanamo Bay in my first military tour with the Miami Dolphins, and we became friends since then. And then I went back to Guantanamo my second year, and I saw him again. So thank you, Kevin, for being there. So yeah, I after my contract was over, I was like, I don't want to leave. There are still things that I want to do in Miami, in this country. So I decided to apply for another visa. This one was by myself, not with the Dolphins. So it was an artist visa. And it was a rough path, but I finally got it. So I'm here,
Yes.
still fighting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool.
I'm so thankful for all these opportunities that
Yeah.
this country gave me because I never expected.
Awesome. I'm just gonna say for everyone who's watching, if you guys have any questions, just put them in the question box, so that way they're saved. And later on, towards the end, we're going to do like a Q&A, so we can then pull those questions out and answer them. So there's a little question box next to the comment section.
Sí, los que
Awesome.
quieran hablar, preguntarme en español también.
Right.
Aquí estamos, o portugués. Gracias, Ro, por tus palabras. Gracias.
All right. So my next question is, I'm not sure, like, if you got to work artistically in Argentina as much, or was it more about like being in school and training? But my question was, could you tell us the differences, like how the industries for freelance artists and dancers, how they're different in Argentina and Mexico, and then now that you're in Miami, like what are the differences, different challenges?
Okay. So yeah, I got to work a little bit in Argentina, but yeah, my main thing there was studying. Like when I was starting to get more jobs, I got this opportunity in Mexico, and I just decided to leave. And then I never went back. That was like 6 years ago. But I think every country, of course, they have different cultures, and the way they handle things, the way you get the jobs, the way the looks, especially the looks, like I realized my look, honestly, was more like I could have more opportunities in Mexico than in my country because I was more rare there.
Right.
And then here in Miami, I can only speak about Miami because I live here, but there's a huge Latin industry, like there's a lot of Latin people. All the Latin artists are here. Like this is where everything is concentrated. So as a Latina and speaking English and Spanish, like this is a good place for me to be. So I think regarding like how our industry works, everywhere is the same in the fact that you have to go and show up and go to classes and go to auditions and meet people and networking. That is the same everywhere, everywhere. But what I say is, I think I'm more successful for saying it in a way outside of my country because I'm different, that's from my experience. Maybe if I go back now, I will be working more. Who knows?
Right.
But that's what I can say.
That makes sense. Different is interesting, and rare is interesting. So that makes total sense. Cool. I also wanted to ask you, like, because I really love that you had this journey of like functioning fully as an artist in like these different countries. So I want to ask, like, is there like, what would be your favorite dance experience? And it could be a job, but it also doesn't have to be. It could be a project or just a situation that always like stays with you forever. Like for each of the places, like if there was like one in Argentina that you could say, one in Mexico, and like maybe one now here in the States.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
It makes
You're
you
making me
right?
think.
Yeah.
Okay, from Argentina, I would say my favorite job was when I was touring with. There's a famous duo. They are brother and sister. It's called Pimpinela. I don't know if a lot of you know. They are very famous in Spain as well. And they are. It's so fun. You know them?
No, I'm just asking. They're artists, like singers. Or?
Yeah, they are singers.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's so fun because, like, they are a classic already. Like, they got famous because they do these songs like a man singing to a woman and a woman. It's like a telenovela, but it's singing. So it's so fun and it's so dramatic and I love it. So I was dancing for them before I left my country. I was actually just starting the tour with them, and then I got the job and I left. But that was honestly my favorite because I feel like it was the first like international experience that I got from my country, and I grew up like singing their songs and everything. So that was really cool, and it was like a family. It was such a beautiful team. And then from Mexico, my favorite memory. Well, I have a lot. Mexico has given me beautiful friends and coworkers. But I would say it was Guns N' Roses. I got to dance for them there for the shows that they did in Mexico City. And I will never forget, that was so crazy because my agent called me like, I don't know, like let's say they called me at 11 p.m. or something like that. And they were like, you have an audition tomorrow, 10 a.m. in this hotel, you have to go and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's for Guns N' Roses. I'm like, what? And I went there, I don't know, we were like 10 girls or so, something like that. And the audition was literally just a freestyle in the hotel room of the manager. Like it was just freestyle. It was like 1 minute.
Wow.
So that was like at 10 a.m. I got home, whatever, had lunch. At 4 p.m. they were like, you made it. You have to be on the venue tonight at 8 p.m. The show is tonight. I'm like,
oh wow.
It was like, what? They were like, yeah, it's freestyle. It's only 3 girls. So it's freestyle. They're gonna tell you what to do, where to stay, la la. So it was kind of like an organized freestyle, but we didn't need to rehearse. So I got there and I'll never forget. They gave us a costume, everything, and they started singing, and they put us three in it like in an elevator, you know, on the back platform of the stage, and they were like, okay, just make a pose here and hold it until you go up. And we were like, okay. And we three were like looking at each other, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, because it was different. So we were going up. As soon as we go up, the guitar sounded like bang, and everybody started screaming, wah! And we were like, okay. So it was like rock, you know. I've never seen an audience like that. Never. Like,
Question.
yeah.
How did you dance to this music?
How did I dance?
Yeah, to Guns N' Roses, like, because
I was honestly, I was just feeling. I was kicking, pirouette, everything.
because it's not really like Latin music, right? It was mostly
No, it's rock. So
yeah. So that's
it was more like sensual, you know, and like we could out some more technique and stuff. So yeah, it was super fun because they would like the artists, they would like turn around and look at us like, hey, like rock with you, you know. So like I remember the bass player, he was looking at me like this, and I was like, yes, you know. So it was all like
yay.
yeah, it was amazing. And then I remember Axl Rose, he was recovering from, I think he broke his leg or something. So he was singing in like a throne, sitting down because he couldn't walk. And then he was like all around the venue with like a scooter, you know, like because he couldn't walk. So he got to meet us. He was super sweet. He told us, thank you for being here. I just wanted to meet you guys, and thank you for everything that you're doing. This show wouldn't be possible without you. And we were like, wow, like you are saying this to us, you know, like it was just so rewarding, and it just made me even happier to be there. And so I was in Mexico, and in the US, I would say the Miami Dolphins, because they changed my life, you know. It ended up being a journey of 3 years, and I feel like that was like a school to me, not only a job, because now I have another language that I learned. I learned how.
Your English is amazing,
Yes,
by the way.
6 years.
Thank
What?
you. Gracias.
Yeah.
Dziękuję. Did I say
Yes.
that?
That's Polish, everyone. She also speaks Polish.
So yeah, I would say that the Dolphins. Yeah, like I got to learn a lot, to see the world, to meet a lot of people, the military tours, the culinary trips. Like suddenly they wanted me to be like a model, like not only a dancer and a host and a teacher and everything. So it was too many tasks in just one job. So I'm really thankful for that, because now I feel more prepared for not only the dance field, but everything that comes with it, you know.
I'm gonna go off of that and ask, what would you say are the differences between being a professional cheerleader on a contract and then being a freelance dance artist? And you know, it might be like the toe it takes on your body. How is that different? You know, and the consistency of the work, like whatever you can think of, like that makes the two different or the same.
Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. Actually, when you are on a team, like you are committed to it, and the NFL is very serious about it. Like you cannot miss one practice, you cannot miss a game. Like, you know, it's you have to be there 100% all the time. You have to look good. And I know a lot of people like sometimes think like, oh, like that's pressure, whatever. When I took the job, I had to lose some weight. I had to change my hair color, you know, but I had to train everything. But I understood that that was part of the job. So if I wanted to do that job, I had to do all those sacrifices, you know, in order to keep it. And maybe as a freelancer, sometimes since we are the ones that make our own rules.
Mm.
Like we don't really take care of ourselves like that because we don't feel like we are being watched by a boss, you know. So like that discipline that gave me the being on a team, I feel like that helped me a lot to maintain a healthy lifestyle. After that, eating properly, working out. Like I already know that, oh, I need to do some adjustments, or I need to train this better. The memory, taking more classes, whatever. Because when I was on the team, I was training every day. Every day, my stamina was super good. We will train more than 4 hours a day, like 4 times a week, plus the games. And the games were like 4 5 hours nonstop. You were dancing on heels, on the field, outside in the Miami heat. So it was a lot, to be honest. It was really a lot of physical work, and I think that that's another reason why, while you're on a professional team, it's so hard for you to keep up with your freelance artist lifestyle. You know, it's so hard because you have to really compromise and assist to every practice, to every job, every game. We had events outside in the community, teaching kids or visiting, I don't know, community centers and stuff, traveling, whatever. And all the free time that you have, honestly, you're just, I'm talking about me, like I was just preparing myself to do all that better, you know, like, okay, I have one day off, I'm gonna go train, I'm gonna go get a tan, like taking care literally of my look and my health. It was that all the time. And it's a lot of work, it's a lot of training. I remember my first training camp. Training camp, it's the first period when you make the team. At first you're just a training camp member, and then after the training camp it's over, you know if you are definitely on the team or not. So during training camp you learn all the choreographies, all the repertoire you need to know. It's like 30-40 choreographies. You learn all, I don't know, pre-game, end zones, halftime performances, all this stuff. So kicks, the kick lines, those are like the signature thing of the NFL cheerleaders. And I remember every training we would do 240 kicks, and we in heels, in boots. So it was honestly a lot, and your body and your mind, I don't think you can do anything but that when you are on a team. So I would say it's very, very different. But if anybody has the opportunity to do at least one season of a professional team, I would recommend it so much, because I've seen a lot of changes in myself, not only physically, but also like in my mindset, like how I approach a job, how to talk professionally, how to handle things in a different way, because you're so used to being like, I have to do this right, I have to do this right, because you're a part of a bigger organization. You're an employee there, you know. It's not like, oh, whatever, I had a class that I had to teach, and I'm 10 minutes late. No, you can't do that there, you know.
Right.
So
It
that
builds
really
your
helped
work
me.
ethic.
A lot.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. So, how did you have any time for your personal life during that time of your life, having all this training? Was there any time for yourself or personal life? And
Okay. I think yes, there was, and especially because everything was so new to me. I was always like, oh, I want to explore, I want to explore. So I tried to find a balance between like working hard and everything to keep the job, because I loved it so much. But I was still trying to have fun, and honestly, I was living with some other international cheerleaders, so it was always fun, you know. Like we were like girls from other countries, and like of course, it wasn't easy all the time, but we had so much fun, and I got to meet a lot of amazing people. And something that really helped me was like I put this idea in my mind. Okay, I am living in America. I want to meet people from here. So I was always trying to connect with American people, or like trying that. I think that's why I learned English faster, because I was like, it's so easy in Florida to just stay and with the Latin people, because there's a lot of Latin people. But I was trying to like expand so I could learn more and I could like have a full experience, because I honestly thought I was going to be here just for a few months. And now it's been more than 4 years. But I feel like, I definitely try to find a balance. But a lot of my time was focusing on the job.
Cool. I'm just going to remind anyone who wants to ask a question, just put it in the question box, and we're going to get to those a little later. And one more thing I want to ask about the work with the dolphins, because you told me that before, but I think it's really interesting for everyone to hear about, like, when you guys travel to the military bases to do performances, like, how was that? Where did you get to go? What was that all about?
So that was actually my favorite thing about being a cheerleader. Well, one of my favorite things, because I love I'm a people person, so I love just to go out and talk and meet people. And Alek knows that I talk so much. And that's another reason why I wanted to learn the language so much, because I was like, I want to talk and I can't. So I just, as a dancer, sometimes it is a little hard to get involved in the community like that, like as just a single person, you know what I mean? Like when you have a huge organization that you're part of that gives you these opportunities, it's amazing, because you actually get to those places and get to those people that maybe by yourself you cannot do it that easily. So when they first asked me to do it, I honestly didn't really understand what it was. I did like 3 military tours. My first one was to Guantanamo Bay, where I met Kevin, that's still here. Then I went to, my second military tour was again to Guantanamo Bay, Honduras, and Curacao in the Caribbean. And then my last one was in Belgium, the Netherlands, and 6 different bases in the UK. So that was honestly some of my favorite memories from it. Yes, Gitmo! Because just learning from their stories, just listening to them, just seeing the world that they are living in. My favorite thing was to have, I remember my boss would tell us, guys, it's lunchtime, go and sit down like in whichever table you want. So we would sit down in a random table and just talk to one of the persons that were there, like, hey, so what's your name? Where are you from? What's your story? What brought you here? And then I would tell them my story, and it's so crazy to see how they were inspired by us as well, the same way that we were by them. So it was a two-way street, and I really loved that. And I met people that I never forget. I'm still in touch with a lot of the military people that we got to meet. And it was just so amazing, and it makes you value everything more. And I honestly was so thankful, because I'm not even American, I'm Argentinian, and I got to see the military bases from America being a cheerleader, and I got to dance for them, and I got to teach them dance classes, and and I even met one person in Honduras that he was like I don't remember his position, I think he was a surgeon or something, and he was from my hometown, and he went to the same school as my uncle. So it was like, how crazy is that, So it was just amazing to be able to learn and see a little bit of that world. Because it's a huge world, and of course we only got to see a little part of it, but it was amazing to see that, and and being there as a dancer like that is priceless to me.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Yeah, because it's such a unheard of thing to do for a dancer. So like, I just
Exactly.
wanted you to talk more about it because it's like, yeah, I don't know anyone else who got to perform for the military or in the military base. So
Exactly.
that's
Yeah,
great.
no, that definitely changed my perspective of
Mm-hmm.
like of everything, of viewing everything. Like
Right.
it's really eye opening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lucas, hola, te amo amigo, gracias. Gracias a todos mis argentinos ahí, gracias. Esther, oh
Exactly.
my cousin is here too.
Oh wow. What she said, whatever she said, like what she said.
She
Cool.
was just laughing, I don't know what. Gracias.
Um, Again, guys, if you have any questions, don't forget to submit them in the question box. And I want to ask you now something I ask like every person on Artist Spotlight, and it's always cool to hear like different people's perspectives. The question is, or the statement is, every dancer is an artist. Do you agree or disagree? Oh, she's frozen. Sorry. Could you
Um,
repeat? Could you hear?
oh, hola, Anton. Wait, I don't know what I did. Okay, I hear you now.
Cool. Did you hear the question?
Every dancer is an artist. That's what you said?
Yeah. And then do you agree or disagree?
Um, I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like anybody can dance. Anybody can dance. My grandma can dance. Anybody can dance. But even people that call themselves dancers, sometimes I don't consider them artists, because for
Mm-hmm.
me, an artist, it's someone that expresses his art and his feelings and everything in an honest way, in a truthful way. So like if you are just making a movement just because, and you have no purpose, or it's not coming from within, then for me it's like, yeah, you're a dancer because you can dance, but you're not an artist unless that you're feeling that, so you can make me feel what you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So for me it goes more through that, like maybe there's people that it's not super skillful, like they don't have a leg like up to here, or
Right.
they cannot do a million turns,
Yeah.
but they feel what they're doing and they are showing me that it's real, then I believe them, and that's an artist for me. It's for
Mm-hmm.
me, art is honestly is true. So
Yeah.
whatever that it's true for me, that's art.
I love that. That's interesting to me because I always say like for me it's the creative component of like if the person is just doing the moves, like even if they're performing on stage and just recreating the choreography and not putting that extra flavor or some creativity of their own on it, then it's not artistic to me. But it's interesting how you connected that with the expression and going from the inside out, which is, it's kind of the same thing, but it's slightly different. And I thought it was interesting because I can see how it can make someone an artist if they truly make you feel. But for me, it was always connecting it to the creativity part. So I can see both being true. So I think that's cool.
Exactly. Yeah,
Um,
no, creativity is definitely another thing as well, but for me, it's more like
yeah,
this.
yeah, totally. I totally see that. Cool. Another question I ask everyone recently, you know, because of what's happening in the world, the pandemic, the lockdowns, artists are not considered essential, even though I think art is actually essential to the humankind, and it's like a interesting thing. And I actually feel like the society might realize it more and more, and hopefully the art might be even more appreciated because we don't have access to it as much right now. But because of everything happening, obviously a lot of us like lost our jobs, are unable to work, because performances, tours, theaters, that's all going to come back as the last thing to come back. So I asked like all the people that were invited on here, like how do you deal with that situation? It's obviously hard on all of us, not just financially, but also mentally. Like how have you dealt with it so far? Like what would you say to people that are, not dealing well with it?
Okay. So honestly, what it's been helping me the most, I try to see this as an opportunity instead of something bad. Um, you know me, Alec, and you know I'm a very positive person, but I can go down very easily too. When I go down, I go down very bad. Uh, I'm such a crier too, so, and especially being far away from our families, that's another weight that we have in our backpacks that a lot of people don't realize sometimes. So that makes everything like triple harder, you know? But what it's been helping me personally is to see this as a reset button, you know, like, okay, I was in a rhythm in my life that I was dancing, working. You have to produce, you have to create, you have to do this. And then I was exhausted, I was tired, I wasn't really paying attention to all the other things that were hurting me or bothering me because I was just so focused on working, on making money, on making connections, you know, because I'm getting older and what am I going to do if I don't dance now? Like, I'm almost 30, you know, like all these things. So when the world stopped, I had a few days that I was like, what is this? Like, I felt really lost. We didn't know what was going on. And then I started to enjoy it. I started to be like, hey, this is good. I finally get to be in my house. I got to redecorate a little bit. You know, I was like, this is my space. This is me. I'm happy to be with me. And the thing that's been helping me the most is, like I told you when I was there, I started 2 years ago to do this thing. When I wake up, I always say, thank you for 10 things. And then I pray, and then I start my day. So I kept doing that, but since I had no job to make to, I was like more aware of just using my time for me. So when I would wake up, like I remember exactly. There was one day that I was like, oh, the things I'm saying thank you for today is not the ones I used to think for last week. Like now I'm saying thank you because I have the money to buy food, because I can have a nice warm shower, because I can sleep in a bed, because because I was able to have some savings before this started, because I have a cozy blanket, like, so I started to realize all these simple things that are actually the ones that I needed to see in order to heal myself more. I started to read more, watch shows that make me feel some kind of emotion or see some, and I started to create more. So once I unblocked all that emotional thing that was blocking me, my creativity started flowing more, my communication with other people. I actually feel closer to my family than ever before, because we know that we are far away, but we know we can be together. And like they say, you value something when you don't have it anymore. So the
Right.
feeling that I don't know when I'm going to be able to go back to see them, that I'm not sure when I'm going to be on a stage again, all those feelings that are uncertain make me value them even more, so I've been just trying to use this time to reset, to focus on all those things that whenever I was working too hard, I was like, oh, I don't have time for this. Oh, I don't have time for this. I had these ideas for these videos since last year, and I never done it because I was just working nonstop. And I finally got to do it now, and so it's like, okay, this was a good thing. It was a good opportunity because it gave us time to do things that we normally don't have, because we always have the time, we just don't make the time. We always have it, we can always choose what to do, when to do it,
Prioritizing.
but it's like we feel like, no, why am I going to be creating something for free, because when I can be like making money in a show,
Right.
and maybe you don't even want to do that show,
Right.
but you do it because you think that if you don't do it, you're losing money.
Right.
So that is something that as freelancers we have to learn how to control as well, because you always have the power to say yes or say no. It's not like a regular job that this is my salary and I have to go 5 hours, 6 hours a day, whatever. So as freelancers, you have to I feel like we have to really start to deciding, okay, this is gonna give me something. Okay, maybe I'm gonna lose $500, but I'm gonna create this, and maybe this creation can be seen by someone else, and that will get me to somewhere even bigger or better. So,
and it's gonna make you happier too.
Exactly.
Right.
So all those feelings have been keeping me sane.
That's awesome. I think as freelancers, it's a trap for us to feel like, because our work is so irregular, just as is already in real life, even without the pandemic, we always feel like we can't say no to anything, because what if there is no job for the next 3 months and this is the last one? And you always feel that, but I think at some point, we need to trust our own talent, our own value, and just know that if I don't want to do this job, if this is not fulfilling me, it's okay to say no and do something that's going to fulfill me, even if it's for free, and just trust that you're going to be taken care of because you're valuable enough,
Exactly.
So that's great. And I also love what you said about kind of this time is helping you develop or take care of this relationship with yourself. I love that, and I think this is something valuable that anyone can take and do, whether they're a creative person or not, whether you're an artist or not. We could all do better at really listening to ourselves, loving ourselves, developing the relationship with ourselves in this time, so that we can then approach life on a new level of awareness when things go back to normal.
Exactly. And I think that's actually really important. All this process, this internal process that we're doing right now, I pray for this. I really wish that everybody can keep it when things go back to some kind of normal, because it's so easy to get involved into the same fast world, just coming back, oh my God, I have to make all this money that I lost during the pandemic and all that. So it's really important to see all the alternative ways that we found during the pandemic, and just make sure that all this internal work that we've been doing, it's not going to waste, because it's going to be, I can see that it's going to be so easy to get lost again, because everything's going to pick up so easily, so fast, because everybody has shows canceled, events, productions, everything was paused, so everything's going to come back big.
Right.
And it's going to be easy to get lost again. So I think it's really important to stay sane and just remember that there's going to be a time that everything's going to be back again. So I think the important thing is to remember then that one day we went through a pandemic and we were still okay. We were still able to manage to pay rent, to get food, to talk to people, to create. So we're here, we're alive, we had the opportunity, you started this amazing platform. Maybe you wouldn't start this if
Right.
we were still working regularly,
Yeah.
I started working in other projects that I never thought I would be working on if I was still working regularly. So I think this is important to see, like, as artists, I think we are the most prepared people to reinvent ourselves because we know that no project is forever. So we are used to that. We know that we don't have the stability of a normal job. So we are used to being always like looking for the next opportunity, looking for something. Okay, I don't have this job. I'm going to create my own job. So we have the power and the mindset to do that. So yeah, our industry was the most affected, one of the most affected by the pandemic. But at the same time, I think that we were the most prepared people to face it.
Yeah.
Like talking about like mentally, So I think that whenever things go back to normal, we have to remember that even if the world ends and there are no more shows in the world ever again, we are going to be fine because we went through it,
Yeah, and remember the lessons of this time and how we felt, how we wanted to move differently and not lose that, like you said, once we go back to normal.
Yes.
And me and Nika actually talked about it yesterday, about how, like, this feels so crazy and we're experiencing this like craziness, but then we thought about our grandparents' generation and how they went through a world war in their youth, like, in their teenage years, and for Poland's, like, then they went into like communism for another like 30 or so years, like, they weren't a free country. So it's really not that bad, and I think we need to like have a perspective of like how much worse it could be and not be too much stressed out about it, because we got this.
Exactly. Yeah, and honestly, technology and all this is really helping us. It's helping a lot of people to still pay their bills, to stay connected, to cut some distance between your loved ones and stuff. So I think that's a huge advantage that we have in this generation, and we shouldn't take it for granted, because I remember just 15 years ago we didn't have this. I had to go to a cyber cafe and pay for 15 minutes to get a computer and talk on MSN.
Totally. Imagine pandemic with that. Oh my god. So I'm getting this countdown because the live has a limit. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna end this, save the live, and we're gonna come back for like just 15 more minutes to do a little fun game and talk about the Patreon show, and then we'll be done. So everyone, please tune back in like a minute, and we'll finish up. See you. Bye. And we're back on for second part of the Artist Spotlight with Tamara Kovalchuk. Just waiting for her to log back in.
Hi everybody.
You guys are gonna do a performance for you guys as we wait. Yeah, let's go.
I don't know what to do.
Shake it. Yes.
Professional dancer, guys. 15 years.
15 years of experience
You
in
can
this.
also do it. Not even on beat. It's okay. Waiting for Tamara, don't worry.
Yeah, we were just waiting for Tamara to log back in so we can finish up. But thank you guys for coming back in.
Muchas gracias por estar de vuelta aquí con nosotros. Ok.
What she said.
Hola a todos. Hoy es un día muy lindo, lleno de las sorpresas.
Yay. Where are you guys from? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you have any questions for us or Tamara, put them in the question box so we can get to them in a second.
Hacen las preguntas, por favor, ahora, now. Do it now.
Cuba. We have someone from Cuba. That's nice. We have a salsa class on Patreon with my friend Diana from Cuba also. And maybe her phone died or something. Poland! Here we go.
Poland.
Polska! Witamy serdecznie.
Naszym team.
And my phone is frozen. Tamara, if you're here, make sure you request us.
Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon because I've been a member over there for last probably 6 or 5 months, and I feel like we need more people because I need more people to talk with in the comment sections, guys.
She needs people to talk with.
I want to be friends with all of you, but then I don't know what you're doing. Busy during Corona? I don't believe it.
Oh my goodness. I just put the link in the comments that's pinned. And
muchos besos de Los Ángeles para todas estas personas que están viendo este video.
Hey Alek, witamy Polskę. Corona beer. Hello!
Hey, we're back!
Alright, so we are back and I just want to talk a little bit. Actually, I want to ask you about the show that we did, and you know, it's actually premiered at 11, so it's already available on Patreon. If you guys want to sign up to see it, it's $5, and you will also, if you sign up to see our show with Tamara, you'll also get a free yoga class with my friend Maria, a free meditation session, also with Maria. And meditation is really beneficial now during this craziness.
I did it today morning.
And they're both members too, both Iga and Tamara
Yes.
are members on Patreon and they're supported, so I think it's amazing to work with people that that support artists, and are both artists themselves. But yes, with the $5, you get to see our show, you get to take a free yoga class, the meditation session, and also you get a salsa class. If you like salsa or if you never learned salsa and want to learn it, the class is with Diana Benitez, and she's from Cuba originally, and it's like an open level, so she goes from the beginner steps to intermediate to advanced steps. So whether you are a professional dancer or not, there's something you can get from this class, and it's really fun. So yeah, it's a great bargain to get the show, yoga class, salsa class, meditation, a lot of
What else can you ask for?
Also, $1 off of the $5 will be donated because we support a different charity every month or a different organization every month. And this month, $1 off of each person, so off of every $5 is going to be donated to Justice Speaks. Oh, this is like a mirror, unfortunately, but justicespeaks.org, and they fight with human trafficking. So that's
Wow, that's amazing.
You can get to Justice.
Hi, Ashley.
.org and find out more about them. So $1 from your purchase is going to go towards them. Hit me up in the DM if you want more info, or you can go to the link that's pinned in the comments. So that's that, and from there I want to ask you, Tamara, about your experience working on this specific performance, like what was different about it, you know, obviously, guys, she hasn't seen it yet because I was doing the editing. So she's actually going to see it for the first time as soon as we finish this. But just from working on it and filming it and like the whole process, like what was interesting? What was your whole experience?
Let me just respond very quick to Ashley. Yes, Ash, please, if you can, check this out. The you can see in the pinned link. That's Alex's Patreon, so you can check everything there, and it's so amazing. I don't know if you joined the live a little later, but he was explaining that for just $5 a month, you can get a yoga class, a meditation class, a salsa class, the show that we're about to premiere now that I did with him. Now that we did a trip to Cali, and what else? And $1 is donated to this organization that he was talking about. I think you heard that part.
Yes.
Okay, so what do I think? I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it. Honestly, it's something that I would never, ever, ever forget, because it was just amazing, you know, like, just, it's amazing how two people from totally opposite sides of the world can meet through art, through dance, and then create more art together, you know, because we both are very different. We both communicate in a language that is not either of us first languages, and
Right.
you know, and I think that's another thing to talk about, like how dance is so universal, and it doesn't matter where you're from or what language do you speak. It's, we all understand that because it's just in the body, it's natural, and everything just happened super organically, I think, and we were literally having fun. And it was like we would be hiking in San Francisco, and Ale would be like, "Oh, this is a good spot. Okay, put your heels on." And then I ended up hiking down with my heels on, like I don't know how many inches was that. So I think it's just amazing. And then wait, at the beach, one of the spots that we recorded, I burned my feet because the sun was so hot. I got blisters. Like, it was such an amazing experience because we were literally in the moment, I think, in all these locations. And it's so interesting because I think I haven't watched the video yet, but I mean, I was there. So I feel like we were really being genuine and just being in the moment, and we were having so much fun. We were having an amazing trip, and I really hope you guys can see that because I felt so happy doing that, and I was so honored when you invited me to do it because, you know, I tell you all the time, but I admire you so much. You are a big inspiration to me. You're such a passionate artist, and you're so passionate. You're so smart, and your conviction, like the way you carry yourself and the way you respect your artist, that is amazing, and that is what I really get inspiration from. You know, like, he's doing it and he's being real, and he's not gonna take an offer from an answer. Like, he is gonna do the way he wants to do it, and he knows what he wants. He trusts his art, and I think that's the most important thing. Beyond all the talented that you are, you know. But I really admire that. So I'm so thankful that you invited me to the list with you.
Thank you so much. And right back at you. I was editing the show yesterday, and I love like your performance. And there's so many relatable moments where you like flirt with the camera and have all these like almost like a conversation or a relationship with the audience that we didn't have because we didn't see the camera. But like me now watching it from the point of like the audience, I was like, oh my god, I feel like I'm right there with them, and I almost like stepped out of myself and saw it as just like a neutral person. and saw the two of us performing as just like people I don't know, and I was like, this is cool. I love seeing this, you know. And so right back at you. You're a great artist, and I'm thankful that you were part of this. That you said yes.
Thank you.
And what I love about this specific show is the fact that it was an actual road trip. It was like actually, like you said, us having fun, and it has many different locations that we stopped at along the way and danced at. And so it's like we're taking you guys on a trip around California with us, you know. And I really, really love that. So also, for the people that will watch the replay of this later, because you can't see the comments, the address is www.patreon, that's patreon.com/Alek Paliński Creative. And if you want to sign up and you have any questions, you can just send me a DM and I'll explain everything to you. It's super easy. It takes 2 minutes. And again, for $5, you get to see our performance, you get a yoga class, a meditation session, and a salsa class.
The question is not what you can get on Patreon. The question is what can you not get on Patreon.
There's nothing
Exactly.
down there.
Nothing that you cannot get on Patreon.
Everything's there. So thanks, guys, for supporting artists and arts. And the last thing I do with everyone, Tamara, is like this little game, and I call it this or that. And
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it has another name, but I made this name up because I don't know the real name. So it's like when someone tells you like black or white, then you have to like right away say what's your choice, and like it's just like shoot different things, and you just respond. So,
Okay.
you ready?
Ready?
All right. Ooh, you're ready for that. All right. Meat or veggies?
Veggies.
Beach or mountains?
Oh, don't do this to me.
Sorry.
I would say, okay, let's say mountain.
Okay. Bike or horseback riding?
Bike or what?
Like riding up like a horse, horseback riding.
Bike.
Bike. Okay. Minimalistic or vintage?
Vintage.
Oh. Okay. Black and white or Technicolor?
Black and white.
Okay. Direct or choreograph?
Direct.
Okay. Choreograph or dance?
Dance.
All right. Maluma or Ozuna?
Osuna.
Me too. Faruko or Bad Bunny?
Oh, I love them both. Oh, let me see. Okay, Farruko, because he can rap and sing both.
Okay. Actually, I didn't know that. Cool. Choreograph your own like art installation in a museum, or choreograph for a concert?
A concert.
Cool. Travel the world or get a degree?
Travel the world.
Actually, there's not one person yet that said get a degree. Everyone said
Exactly.
travel the world. But you learn a lot in that way, for sure. House in a countryside or a condo in a skyscraper?
But right now, because I'm so young, I would say a condo. But maybe
Cool.
in 10 years, I will want the house.
Okay, yes. Broadway show or a stadium concert?
Concerts.
Oh, interesting. Tequila or vodka?
Tequila.
Okay.
Well, both together, mixed.
Oh my God, that's a lot. Christina or Britney, actually. No, Christina Aguilera or
Brit,
Britney. Yeah,
Brit.
I do that one. And then Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey.
Oh, 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 I have to say Whitney.
Yeah. All right, that concludes the artist spotlight. Ida, do you have anything else to add or ask?
Not really. I just want to, put all the comments under your video that you did with Tamara, and I want everybody to respond to my comments. So I want everyone to subscribe to the Patreon because I need more friends during Corona time, guys.
Yes.
All right.
So hit me up if you
Yes.
want to subscribe, send me a DM, and the show is already up, so it's ready for you. Tamara, is there anything else you want to say or anyone you want to give shout out to before we finish? Anything from you?
I just want to say everybody to really check his Patreon out because I know how hard he's working, and you can really see the passion, the hard work, and it's something. It's not like he's really putting time and effort and thought on it. So it's not something that just whatever. Like if you subscribe, you're really gonna get good material. You're gonna get good classes. It's something high quality. It's professional. So honestly, for $5, I think anybody can do it, and it's so much more than you can get. That's like a coffee at a Starbucks, or So I think everybody should at least try it, and you don't want to miss the show because I'm on it. So
Right. Hello. Hello.
and yeah, once you subscribe, I think they can watch. They can watch other shows too, right? The
Yes,
ones
so
from before.
yeah, if you subscribe, you'll get access to everything we've done since the beginning of Patreon when I started in April. So we do like one show per month every time with a different guest artist. So this is our April, May, June, July. This is our fifth show today, and also a bunch of other things. So if you're interested, message me and I'll tell you all about it. And thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Tamara, for these beautiful words.
Thank
Appreciate you. And
Thank you so much.
Nice
And
meeting
one
you.
last thing. Nice to meet you too. And one last thing I would say, everybody, please support everybody. Support your friends. Support every artist if you can. Even a like, a comment, a share, a shout out, like just spreading the word. Everything really helps right now. And I know we are all day in our phones. Anybody has one little second to just put a comment or a like. So even that little helps so much. So I just want to encourage everybody to really support your friends' art projects. Support everybody with just a share, a like, or a comment, and it's really much appreciated.
right.
And just spread love and keep being positive and keep the faith, because I know that we're gonna go back stronger than ever. So just keep the faith.
And I love it. And I love that you said support your friends because, we as people, as society, and this is every one of us here in this live and watching, like, we're so quick to support these huge, like, artists, and companies and like buy Nike shoes and support Beyonce or, whoever. Like, not that these are not good things for great artists, but support your friends because your friends actually need help and need support. Buy your friends' products, buy their merchandise, like actually support it and do it and buy it for full price, not a discount friend price, like buy it for full price because you're their friend. And that's the reason to pay the full price, not to get the discount. So I love that you said that, and thank you again for everything.
Thank you. I love you. And thank you again for bringing me on here. Thank you for letting me tell my story as well. I love you so much. You know what you mean to me, and I'm so thankful for you.
love you too. And we will include links to other Tamara's like work and projects that she wants to share with you guys. So stay on the lookout in the description when we share the live. There'll be all the links from her. And yeah, see you soon.
Yay, thank you. Bye everybody. Have a
So
great
much.
day.
Bye.